Professor Dugin, it's once again an honor to meet with you, and thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me once again. I think that we have a lot of interesting things potentially to talk about, but I'd first like to say that I think recently there has been some controversy among left circles with respect to your fame. I think that Slavoj Žižek recently has written something insinuating that you are a dangerous, potentially fascist thinker, as well as many claims are misinformation claims are disseminating online, making these allegations. Now, I personally am familiar with your work and familiar with your readings, but this is an age of people who have short attention spans and difficulty taking the time, and they prefer getting their information through video and through online. So I wanted to take this opportunity to discuss with you why do you think people make these accusations, and what would be your response to them? That the notion that you are somehow a fascist or adjacent to fascism or something like that.
So, first of all, I'm openly illiberal. So I deny liberalism from the beginning to the end, from the roots of nominalism, of that was criticized very interestingly by Richard Weaver, American political philosopher, conservative philosopher, so and by many others. So I reject radically a metaphysical basis of liberalism, individualism, modernity, idea of progress, linear time, and I am not. I reject as well enlightenment in general and modernity, Western modernity, as hegemonic process. So, in that sense, I have elaborated in more than 100 books that I have written a kind of systematic critiques of the Western modernity, developing the concept of René Guénon, traditionalist philosophy, Martin Heidegger, the pessimistic tradition of the Western authors like Spengler, and I accept that. So I'm enemy of open society because I consider that open society is hegemonic, totalitarian, liberal fascist concept, and it defines all those who don't share the liberal premises of individualism, the negative liberty, the liberty from. This liberalism consider those who refuse that, who deny that, as the enemy of open society, who are, in their opinion of liberals, either communists or fascists. But understanding that possibility, I have developed my position outside of communism and fascism. So being illiberal, being enemy of open society and all the premises of all theoretical and political and practical constructions based on liberalism, modernity, and this enlightenment. At the same time, I refuse communism and fascism. And I have written my book, Fourth Political Theory, that clearly stated my position. But liberal, they have no frame for that. For example, if you are not liberal, you should be either fascist or communist. So you could not be illiberal or enemy of open society, not being something else than communist and fascist. So that is totalitarian approach to my way of thought. If you accuse me for not being liberal, I agree. For to be against political modernity of the West, I agree. and that is not, I don't consider that as insult. So I agree because I share such a liberal agenda. But if you say that I am either fascist or communist, I deny that because I'm not. I have spoken with Tucker Carlson in Moscow, and we agreed on many points, more than we could imagine. And one of the points, Tucker Carlson asked me why they considered you're fascist, and I have asked the same question, and why they consider you as fascist in the United States. And we agreed that if we would, with Tucker Carlson, be fascist, we would confess that, because we are against all the political correctness. We could say the things that couldn't please to the majority, to mainstream, and we do that, and we indeed agree that we are against this liberal agenda, but we are not fascists with him, but I should prove that. So I could take arguments from far right, from center, from left, from extreme left, and in my forced political theory, I freely manipulate with postmodernism, cultural anthropology, anti-racist, anti-nationalist elements and doctrine taken from the left thought, rejecting their materialism, atheism, and progressism, but I take some elements from right political philosophy, hierarchy, traditional values, and other things. But that is something new. And liberals they don't want to make effort in order to interpret correctly this forced political theory. Inside of forced political theory, that is anti-liberalism, but neither communist nor fascist, there are many things the liberal could blame myself for. And I agree with that perfectly. But if you say, for example, that I am a liberal, yes, I am against democracy. Maybe sometimes for me democracy is not the religious highest value. You could say that I'm against woke. Yes, I'm radically anti-woke. I think that the wokeism is a form of liberal totalitarianism. But if you say I am fascist, I say no. I would accept that if I would be fascist. So no problem. If I would be communist, I would say the same. But I am neither communist nor fascist. I am forced political theory. And in my many articles, interview, works, books, and lectures, from different point of view, inside of different humanitarian and social disciplines, I'm trying to develop my world vision, my Weltanschauung, taking elements from different political schools, critical to liberalism, but not following some of them as something sectarian. So I am neither fascist nor communist, but illiberal. If you say you are liberal, I say yes. If you say you are communist or fascist, I say no. And that's all. And once interesting, there was the Zhabotinsky, a certain Zionist, who has said once very interesting thing. Jewish Zionist thinker, he has said that, please, brethren Jews, stop accuse people who don't recognize themselves anti-Semite to be anti-Semite. There are so many real anti-Semites, so many people who confess they are anti-Semites. So let's fight against them. If someone deny being anti-Semite, let's believe him. So there are so many new fascists, racist, nationalists who openly recognize that. Please fight them. If you want to fight against forced political theory, please get deeper in this system. Try to find a weak point. Try to find the weak arguments, And that will be completely different. But don't reduce something you don't like or who is the enemy of the open society to the cliches you have. So that is incorrect from intellectual point of view.